Two. The two CJs.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to part 3 of this series, this tutorial on how to back up, restore, and copy and paste worlds from and in Minecraft Pocket Edition. And again, we are working on Minecraft version 15 that just came out, version 0.15.0. So as you remember, in part 1, I showed you how to back up your worlds, to save your worlds onto your computer, and to do that frequently so that you, hopefully, if something ever happens to your iOS device, you'll be able to restore your worlds and not be without too much of your worlds that you worked very hard on. And remember part 2, I showed you how to bring those worlds back. Let's say you got a new device, or you got Minecraft reloaded because it got knocked off your device somehow. You put Minecraft back on there. And of course, when you put Minecraft back on, it doesn't save any of your worlds. All your worlds were gone. So if you didn't back them up using the instructions in part 1, then you're going to have to start over and build new Minecraft worlds. But in part 2, I showed you how to bring those saved worlds and put those back on your device. So if you need to watch those, the links are in the description below on both parts 1 and 2, and also in the eye of the sky in this video. You can click on the eye up there in the sky, and it will pop up those 2 videos that you can watch as well. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to bring worlds from a different iPad and bring those over and add those 2 worlds on another iPad. So in this situation, I have my iPad mini, and you see I'm signed in as Sajman21. I'm going to bring a couple of these worlds over. I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to paste those over into my iPhone that we were working on in the first 2 episodes of this lesson. So as you see, if I go into play here, I have many more worlds here on my iPad mini that I have, actually 46 worlds. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to transfer, copy, let's say three worlds. So we'll do that first world, COL2, we'll do SFGJ, and we'll do Chris and Jarrett, just for an example of how we're going to pick 3 worlds from this iPad, copy them, and transfer them over to my iPhone. Okay, so in a similar way, remember in part 1 and part 2, we connected our iPhone or my iPhone to iTunes. Now you want to connect your device that you're going to be bringing the worlds from and copying and pasting those and adding those to your worlds on your other device. So remember in the first lesson, we created this folder on the desktop here called MCPEBU Worlds. And this was from my iPhone. And what we want to do is create another folder. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create this folder. And I'm just going to name this Minecraft iPad Mini. Okay, so I have that Minecraft iPad Mini right there. And I need to do what I did in the first lesson. So this will be kind of a recap. I need to save my worlds from my iPad mini onto my desktop. So let's do that right now. So in order to do that, remember you go into iTunes, and you see now I have up here a little bigger icon because it is my iPad mini. And if I click on that, I will come into the summary screen, but I clicked on apps because the summary screen has the serial number and things like that for my iPad. So I clicked on apps, and remember, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll get to the file sharing area, and there is Minecraft Pocket Edition on my iPad mini. So what we want to do, we want to save the worlds from my iPad mini onto my computer, and it's going to be into this folder here, Minecraft iPad Mini. Okay, so here we go. So remember, we're going to click here on Minecraft Pocket Edition, and it brings up these folders here. And normally it's going to just bring in games and internal. But for some reason, I have these other two on here. Normally, you won't have those. You're just going to have games and internal. So you're going to single left click on games. Remember, just single click on games. And then scroll all the way down to the bottom of your screen. And you'll have these areas here, add and save to. Now, if you don't go all the way down, then you'll have these buttons here, and that's not going to do any good. You have to make sure that you scroll all the way down to the bottom. See the scroller here? I had to go all the way down, and then I had these two buttons here, add and save to. And I'm going to click save to. And I'm not going to save them into my Minecraft Pocket Edition 626. I'm going to go back to my desktop, and I'm going to go to the folder that I just created right here called Minecraft iPad Mini. So double click on that folder to open it up. And it's blank because I haven't saved anything in there yet. And then on this window here, just come over here and click Save To. So now if I come back here to my folder here on my Minecraft iPad Mini folder, and I double click on that, now I have games, com.mojang, Minecraft worlds, and there are all my Minecraft worlds. And you can see they're loading right now. You can see how they're loading on, they're saving right now as we speak, because it doesn't just happen instantly, but it happens pretty quick. Remember, I had 46 worlds on there, and if depending on how many worlds you have, it will take a minute maybe at the most to back up those worlds. So anyway, just make sure you give it enough time where it's not adding any more worlds before you close out of that. And then you have all those worlds saved in that folder. So now we can close out of iTunes. I'm just going to minimize iTunes. And we have these two folders. We have the Minecraft Pocket Edition backup worlds from 626. Remember, these were from my iPhone. And remember, I had just these three worlds right here. Okay. And on the Minecraft iPad Mini folder, I just backed up the worlds from my iPad Mini. And here are all the worlds that we have on the iPad Mini. And in the Minecraft worlds for my iPad Mini, you see all those worlds. Remember the worlds that we were going to copy from my iPad Mini and paste those into the worlds on my iPhone? Well, as a refresher, we were going to copy this world, COL2. We were going to copy a world called SFGJ right here. We're going to copy that world. And we're going to copy this world here, Chris and Jarrett. So we're going to copy those three worlds, and we're going to paste those. We're going to add those to the three worlds that we have on my iPhone. It's not going to replace those. It's just going to add to those worlds. So what you want to do is go into, let's say, the Minecraft iPad Mini worlds. Or double-click on that. Double-click on com.mojang. Double-click on the worlds. We're going to drag this folder over here, and then the Minecraft Pocket Edition backup worlds and the backup MCPE 626. That's from my iPhone that we worked on in the first two episodes. And click on games, click on Mojang, Minecraft worlds. There's my three worlds there from my iPhone. So here is my iPhone worlds. Here are my iPad Mini worlds, and we're going to copy three of these worlds. We're going to paste them into this and bring those onto my iPhone. Okay, so remember which ones we're going to do. The first one is COL2. So we're going to click on COL2 where it's highlighted, and we're going to right-click, and we're going to come down here and say copy. Okay. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to, when our cursor's over here, we're going to right click and say paste. Okay, we just added COL2. And then we're going to come over here to SFGJ, highlight that, right click and say copy. And then come back over here to this folder and right click and say paste. And there's SFGJ. And then we wanted one more world, and that was Chris and Jarrett. So we're going to click on that, left click on that to highlight it, and then right click on it to say copy Chris and Jarrett. And then come over here to this folder, right click and say paste. And there it is. So now this folder on my computer right here has these worlds now. It has the first worlds that we had on there, this one that was a test world, and Brody, and combination, and we just added Chris and Jarrett, COL2, and SFGJ. They're still over here in this folder. We didn't do anything with them. If we would have dragged this over here, then it would have removed it from this folder and copied it and brought it over here. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to leave them here on this iPad. So I just copied and then pasted over here. Okay. So now we're done with these folders. Okay, so we're done with those folders. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into iTunes. And we had iPad mini still connected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to eject. I'm going to press this little eject button. So I'm going to eject that and then close out of iTunes and disconnect my cable from my iPad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it to my iPhone, which you can't see me doing that, but I just connected it to my iPhone. And I'm going to open iTunes up again. And now I have my iPhone icon there. It's smaller. And I'm going to click on that. And it brings me to the summary page, but I bypassed that. I went right to the apps screen. Okay, so we're going to scroll down until we get to Minecraft Pocket Edition again, because what we're going to do now is we have new worlds. So in this backup world for 626, games, com.mojang, Minecraft worlds, we have these 6 worlds now. We have our first worlds that we have there. And remember, we copied and pasted 3 new worlds. Okay, so now we're going to bring that file over onto our iPhone and replace what we have on our iPhone. So right now on our iPhone, if we opened up Minecraft on our iPhone without doing this restore, then we would still have just those first 3 original worlds. So remember, we're going to now repeat what we did in lesson number 2 and video number 2. So from here, we're going to just single click on Minecraft PE. And then over here in this area, we have games and internal. And down here at the bottom of this little section here, we have add and save to. Now, again, if you're not all the way down to the bottom, see, you don't have that. So you make sure you scroll down till you get this add and save to buttons there. I'm going to click on add. And you're going to find what folder you want to bring over. So we're going to go to the desktop. And remember, we want to bring the worlds that we now have in the MCPEBU worlds and the ones that we now have in Minecraft Pocket Edition 626.16. So we're going to double click on that folder, MCPE 626.16. We have the games folder. And now we want to single click. Remember, just single left click on that just to highlight the games. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to click add. And again, remember in part 2, it had this little pop-up. It says, an item named games already exist in location. Do you want to replace it with the one you are moving? And so remember, the 3 worlds that we had saved on our iPhone are now going to be replaced with these 6. But remember, since we copied from the iPad and we pasted them into the iPhone folders on the desktop on the computer, we still have those 3 worlds plus the new 3 worlds. So it's going to be okay to say replace. But remember, if you don't want to replace any worlds with the new worlds that you're replacing, then just be cautious that you don't want to do this. But in this case, we definitely do, because we know exactly what worlds we want to bring over, which includes the first 3 original worlds and the new 3. So indeed, we're going to click on Replace. So now we're going to open up Minecraft on my phone and see if those worlds are there. Okay, so here we are now back on my iPhone, and we are in Minecraft version 15.0. So now the moment of truth, let's click on play and see our worlds. And there we go. We have our worlds. Let's see, we have 6 worlds. You can see up there in the upper left corner there on that tab, it says that we have 6 worlds. We have Chris and Jarrett that we just brought over. We have COL2 that we just brought over. We have Combination that we had before. We have SFGJ that we just brought over. We have Brody that we had before. And we have Test that we had before. So we have our 3 worlds that we had on there before. And we just copied and pasted 3 new worlds, which is pretty cool. So if you have a world from another iPad that you want to bring over, then just save those worlds onto your computer, and then you can copy them from that folder onto your saved folder from your other device. Copy those worlds, paste them, connect your device back up to iTunes, and go through the process that I just showed you, and then you will have more worlds, maybe a cool world that your friend's been working on. So anyway, there you go. I hope that these videos have helped you. The links for the first 2 videos are below and also up in the eye in the sky. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer those. But until we see you again in the next video, goodbye.